Hello everyone, and today I have a very exciting and a very interactive chess game to show you by Anatoly Karpov, the former world chess champion and one of the greatest chess players of all times with the white pieces, and his opponent was Friedman, an amateur chess player, and this chess game was from Karpov's Simul from London, England from 1972. So Anatoly Karpov starts the game with e4 and we have e5, and the opening is the Spanish opening. a6, the Morphy defense, bishop back, knight to f6 and castling, and we have the open Spanish knight takes on e4. So if black would play bishop to e7, that would be the closed, but we have the open Spanish and the most common move d4, and black played a strange move, bishop to d6 and planning to castle, but this was an inaccuracy. White has advantage already, so the bishop is blocking the d pawn, and that was not a good move, and Anatoly Karpov is going to punish his opponent because of playing this inaccurate move drastically. So which move was better, by the way? b5, defending the bishop, d5, d takes on e5, bishop to e6 would be the better way to handle this position. Or basically, instead of bishop to d6, black could have played bishop to e7, simply not blocking the d pawn. So this d pawn was very important. Now black's position is cramped after bishop to d6, and black is planning to castle, but Karpov is quickly punishing his opponent. Rook over, a very strong move. How to defend the knight? Black is defending like this, f5, but this is also not a good move because this is weakening the king, pushing the f pawn. But if going back with the knight, that's a blunder because of d takes on e5, forking two pieces, and black is losing a piece. So after rook to e1, f5, but then Karpov simply captures the pawn, and white has this very strong advanced pawn, and black actually can't capture this pawn. But Friedman didn't want white's pawn stay in his face, so he took it. Blunder. That was a blunder. That was not a good move. A bishop to e7 was better, but still this advanced pawn is very strong, and white is doing very well. White is much better. But if instead of knight takes on e5, Friedman didn't want to capture back basically with the bishop, because this would be a blunder. This is going to basically lose the piece, eliminating the defender of the bishop, instant gratification, and then capturing the bishop, or basically delayed gratification. Knight takes, and then pushing the pawn, and then rook takes on e5. Okay, so this is why capturing back with the knight, but this is also losing. Can you see why this move is losing? Because Karpov captured the knight, and after bishop takes on e5, now can you see why this move is losing, why this position is losing for black? Can you find the winning move for white? Okay, Karpov played rook takes on e4. He is not forgiving his opponent, and he is also not forgiving him because of his inaccuracies. So after capturing the rook, removing the f pawn, covering the bishop, he played check, forking the king and the bishop, and this is losing because the king is wide open, which is exposed, and also attacking the pawn. So black has a very difficult position, and we have queen to h4, and this was the final nail on the coffin. So which move was better? Actually, black doesn't have much good moves, but if queen to e7, then check, and then capturing the pawn, and this is a very difficult position for black. And if instead of queen to e7, let's say d5, then can you see the problem with this move? Bishop to g5 is trapping the queen, and if defending the queen like this, then black is getting checkmated. Okay, so queen to h4, but this was basically a very bad move. White's turn, find the best move for white. Okay, Karpov played bishop to g5. He is threatening checkmate in two moves and at the same time attacking the queen. So black has to give up the queen for surviving a little bit more against the legend. But if queen to h5, then we have check, check, and basically black is getting checkmated by force. Okay, so this is checkmate. So bishop to g5, queen takes, and this is just basically all over for black. Black must resign. For some reason he continued to play, maybe just for fun. Bishop to b3, so everything is falling apart for black. White has the queen and also white is a piece up. So rook over, black can't defend the e-pawn, check, and then the rook falls, check, and then Karpov is threatening checkmate. So the only defense, and then check, bishop up, threatening, queen takes pawn, checkmate, this pawn is pinned. So a5, and then Karpov checkmates his opponent. So in this position, if h6, this is also going to be checkmate. And then queen to a6 is also checkmate, but Karpov captures the pawn and checkmates his opponent. So, okay, his opponent was not well prepared in the opening section. So, failing to prepare is preparing to fail, as they say. So, a very beautiful, exciting, and an interactive chess game. So, maybe Friedman should study some Spanish opening or something. So, thanks for watching again. Take care and bye-bye.